Hi guys. So today we're continuing with solving proportions. We're going to up the ante a little bit by putting adding and subtracting problems in our proportions. That's the only new thing today, and I only have one example for you. In this problem, we definitely have a proportion. I know it's a proportion because it has a fraction equals a fraction. There's nothing in this problem that is not a part of those two fractions. Now, this problem again is a little bit more difficult than yesterday's problems because within our fraction, we have some adding and some subtracting happening. That just means it's going to take a little bit more work. At this point in time, you should know which method you prefer to use, either the multiplication property or cross products. I'm going to make an assumption and assume that we all like to cross multiply, so that's what I will be doing to solve this problem. When we cross multiply, remember that we start at the bottom of one fraction and we go diagonally through the equal sign to the top of the other fraction. And then we have the bottom of this fraction and we go diagonally through. The thing that's going to make today a little bit more work than yesterday is we have these adding and subtracting problems. Whenever you have adding and subtracting as part of your fraction, you want to surround it with parentheses, so that it looks like this. So I have my 4, and my 4 followed the blue arrow, and it's being multiplied by the entire numerator, the b minus 8. So I put it all together so it all gets multiplied. And then my other denominator, 5, follows the green arrow, and it's being multiplied by the entire quantity, b plus 3. So again, I put the whole thing in parentheses. And you want to make sure whenever there's adding or subtracting in these types of problems that you are distributing. Now, it is possible to distribute as part of your cross multiplying. So if you want to distribute the 4 straight away without writing the parentheses, I would be okay with that. Just make sure that at some point in time you are definitely distributing. On the left side, I'm going to distribute my 4 to the b and the 8. And on the right side, I'll distribute my 5 to the b and the 3. Now I have an equation with variables on both sides of the equal sign. My personal preference is to take the smaller variable and move it over, so I always have a positive letter b. So I'm going to minus the 4b on both sides. 5 minus 4 is 1, and the 1 does not need to be written down. Next, I'm going to move the things that are being added or subtracted with the letter B. So I know that normally we move things from the left side to the right side. That's not how this works. Instead, I want to find what's with my variable, which is this plus 15, and I'm going to move that away from my variable. So I'm going to minus 15 on both sides. Negative 32 and a minus 15 makes a negative 47. Don't forget, when you're done with the problem, you can always check your work by plugging your answer back into the original question. And hopefully you get the same thing on both sides. So for tonight's homework, the big concept is cross multiplying with distribution. That's it. Cross multiply and distribute. I'll see you all tomorrow.